not only tourism, this is practicing of English, real immersions. So the idea is that during the next hour, you'll speak English. We are here in the Modern Art Museum in the city of Medellin. Remember that over here we have like 233 works of Deborah Arango, one of the most famous painters in our country, in Colombia. And it's a place, as David is going to tell us in the tour, that was not very well known. Like, I don't know how old is the museum, you're going to tell us about that. And this is a landmark in the city of Medellin. We invite the people who can watch this video through YouTube, that this is a wonderful place to visit in our city of Medellin. Tourenglish want to show the best image of the city of Medellin, because Medellin is a cultural city by excellence. So let's welcome with a warm applause, David.
Oh.
Awesome. Hey, David.
Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to the Museum of Modern Arte Medellin. As your teacher was saying, my name is David. I'm going to be your guide through the tour. I have a couple of announcements to make. 3 of them came from the curator's office. The first one is that you can take photographs if you want, but we have to do that without the flash. We have to stand about 1 meter away from the paintings and on the walls. Out of security, we cannot lean ourselves to the walls and sit in the floor of the room. That also, out of security, all the security protocols are being changed constantly whenever we have an accident. So because of that, because little accidents we had in the past, that's why we have had to change this protocol. We cannot touch anything in any room. That's for protection too. And we have just one announcement out of the education department, is that if you have any doubt, any comment, any question, speak freely. The thing is that this tour is to become like a conversation between us and not a class in a classroom from me to you, right? So you want to learn first the story of the museum or the story of the building?
The story of the building. The story of the building after the story of the museum.
Yeah.
Where are the story of the building?
Right. I don't know why, but people always start with the story of the building. Okay, the building we're in right now is the first building that was built to be an industry here in Medellin, in the city. It used to be a foundry. The thing is that around this building were built a lot of other buildings, and this became a foundry complex that ran almost from Punto Clave all the way up to Monterrey. The building of this building started around 1935, 1937 and ended in 1942. And this means like the first boast of the industry and the economy here in the city. Of this run up to 1975, 1977, when the industry changed from foundries to fabrics. In this time were founded Proteger, Fabricato, and Tequiconda, and most of the foundries that were located here migrated to other cities in the country. Most of these buildings were abandoned for 20-25 years, so the weather and the people start to deteriorate the building. And the only building that stands still from all this complex is this one. The City Hall in the program is trying to recover, to protect our architectural patrimony.
This morning.
Yeah. Sunday morning, sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm usually not awake at this early on Sunday morning. So in this program, the City Hall managed to rescue or to protect Prado Centro neighborhood, the St. Peter Cemetery. What is right now the Museum of Antioquia, that used to be the City Hall building in the first half of the 20th century. This building, among others. So we start to learn what make what made us the way we are, our economy, our culture, everything that we are right now as citizens. And following like a trend in the world of recovering industrial buildings and donating them to cultural institutions. That's why we landed here about 2-3 years ago. The museum was founded in 1979 by a group of artists that never found a place to exhibit their new work. So they decided to found like a new place for them. That's why they decided to name it Museum of Modern Arte Medellin. When they were thinking about founding it, they talked with Fernando Botero and invited him to join them. And he said that he wasn't going to bring his works to Otra Banda. But that time Otra Banda was all the neighborhoods that were on the other side of the river, in the western part of the city. He rejected another project that was a sculpture park in the Nutibara Hill. By the same reason, he wasn't going to take his works to Otra Banda. So they decided just to work by themselves. The first collection of the museum was built with the donations of the founders themselves and their friends. And it went up to maybe 600 pieces only. But by today, we have about 5,000 pieces. As you were saying, most of the Deborah Arango's work is in our hands. In our
How many works, pieces of Deborah Arango do you have over here? 233, more or less?
Yeah, more or less.
230,
250 pieces that she gave us herself in 1987. if I'm not mistaken.
More or less, what is the price of Deborah Arango if we were going to sell work of Deborah Arango? How much?
Actually, I don't know.
Because it's private, the collection.
Yeah, the collection is private, and we don't talk about that much about the price of the monetary price of the works. For us, the value of these works are different values. You know, the historic value, the cultural value. What? Sorry.
Hi.
Hello.
What it means private in this case? It belongs to the family, to the city, to the museum.
It belongs to all of the above, actually. The family owns a little piece of the works of Deborah, like the ceramic, the pottery, that is not well known, her work in pottery. And the only mural that she ever made is in her house. It's in possession of her niece. About 80 to 85% of her work, of the body of her work, is in our possession, and it's ours. You know, it's property of the museum. But this time, her art is not property only of the museum. We're the owners of the painting, but not the owners of the art. The art belongs to the city. You know? The only thing that we do here is to protect them, to restore them if it's necessary, and to show them. Right now, Deborah Arango's work is in the National Museum in Bogota. When the exhibit ends there, it travels to, if I'm not mistaken, LA. Yeah, it starts from here to the United States, Mexico, and Europe. Yeah. It's a way also to let the people, to let the world of art know about the work of Deborah Arango. There were some journalists back then that said that it would take a couple of decades for us to know exactly what Deborah Arango meant, what was the value of her work and of her in a community like this. And she gave us this work because she had a friend, Carlos Correa, who was also an artist, who by the time of his death, he didn't have a son of another heir besides his sisters. He had 4 sisters, And that was the first time his work meant for pieces. And from that time on, the work of Correa started to fragment in little bit. I know one of his works in the Cultural Prada here. It's a big painting. It's called La Museo. We had a lot of problems because of this painting. But if I'm not mistaken, if I recall well, I haven't seen any of his other works. Besides a couple of extras maybe. And Deborah didn't want for her work to suffer the same fate. So she decided to give most of his work to the museum. Okay, as I was saying, the museum was founded in 1979, but opened its doors in 1980. And we were installed in a little building in San Jose. I say little because it's a standard building, you know. But as time went by, we needed a bigger building for us to work, for the administration to set up, a bigger space to show the works. In this building, we didn't have problems with height or weight or width of the job, of the work, of the things, of the sculpture. In that building we didn't have sculptures that were taller than 2 meters, that were heavier than a ton. We couldn't even have a sculpture that weighed a ton because the structure of the building couldn't handle it. This structure can handle pieces that go up to maybe 7 tons, maybe 7 tons, and over the 10 meters high.